Whoops. Good evening, my friends. I start off by saying whoops. Let me start all over again. Good evening. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so very much for joining us. Me, you. I'm Lou Mongello. It is Wednesday night. Sorry, running a couple of minutes late. If you're watching live, thanks for being here. Sit back, relax, grab a snack, tag, and invite a friend to join us tonight. If you're watching on the replay, you're missing out on all the good stuff because you could watch and chat and call in tonight. Tonight's going to be all about you. I want to hear from you guys tonight. I can't believe, as I look at the calendar, that it's already the end of January, and we never really talked about some of the things that we're looking forward to this year. We talked about some of our favorite moments from 2018. The month got away from us. So much good stuff going on, especially with the Marvel Day at Sea. And so tonight, I thought we would take a little look ahead. The dust is settled. We've probably given up on our resolutions already, but who cares? That's why the good Lord invented stretchy pants, which I may or may not be wearing right now. So I want to talk about some of the things that we're looking forward to in 2019 in the Disney and Marvel and Star Wars worlds, because they're all sort of interconnected and locked in together. So I'm going to share a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. I'm obviously going to look in the chat as well, but I would love to hear from you. I want you guys to call in and share your thoughts about what sort of on the docket this year has you most excited. I have a list of lots of things that are coming that may not necessarily be on the radar. I mean, I think there's certainly probably the big 4 or 5 that we will touch on, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll share a couple of things that I'm looking forward to, maybe beyond the obvious. But look, even if you say, spoiler alert, that Galaxy's Edge is what you've been waiting for since 1977, that's cool. Like, do it. Plead your case. I want to hear it, and I want to hear from you. Again, thanks all of you who are joining us. And if you are anywhere, I guess, other than Florida, stay safe, stay warm, because that whole global warming thing went out the window today with some remarkably low. It's freezing here in Florida, too. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt and pants. I mean, I always wear pants. Sometimes they're longer than others. But it's cold. That's why I was going to go out tonight for Festival of the Arts. It's a little chilly. So maybe next week we'll be out and about, and if you are in Florida, you guys can come out and join us. The most favorite thing that I'm looking forward to 2019 is me being there in July and September. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are now all of a sudden looking forward to the Florida heat and, dare I say, even a little bit of the humidity. Thank you to everybody who's saying hi from all over the place. Yes, it is cold here too. It's chilly. Like, I've got the heat on, long sleeve shirts, and like I couldn't even wear my Spider-Man underoos. I mean, underneath, obviously, like Spider-Man, always keep them on underneath. But yeah, so to all of you who are sort of weighing in, where are you watching from, and how cold is it? Maybe I'll give something away. Maybe I'll give away one of the Thor Mjolnir hammers to the person who is in the coldest part of the country. Can I do that somehow fairly without actually watching the box? I don't know. I want to. I just don't know how to do it because there's all kinds of stuff going on and chat windows and Skypes and all that kind of stuff in the background. So, yeah, Dylan Ironheart, who still has like the best superhero name ever, says, yeah, I'll take that Florida chill anyway. David Potts is -2. Brooklyn is at 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikes. It's tough to go out and get a Knish when it's 10 degrees. Corey Bassett, 28. You're not even close. Tweet Cleveland says it's -20 in Boston. Yikes. Virginia is a balmy 27. Amber Bramble says it's -11. It was -22 at one point. Bill Bernardino says it's currently, what's the temperature? What movie? What do you think the temperature is? I don't know. 1. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Dave Anderson, -19 in Minneapolis. Is Dave Anderson winning? Wait a second. Who says -43? Jesse Park says, oh, it's 43 in Colorado. That's not, you're not even like in the running. Bolingbrook, Illinois, says Kim Turnbull greatest is -37. Maybe you're winning. Fresno is 68, says Raquel Rodarte Sabato. Nobody likes you when you say that it's 67 or 68 degrees. Philadelphia, -10, -20, -33. 13 degrees in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Yikes, that's cold. I think we saw like a -32, a -34. Talk amongst yourselves. You guys figured out if you think you are the person that is watching from the lowest cold temperature, be honest. Be honest. We're going purely on the honor system. So Stephanie Perry Bullock, you're in Florida. I know you're not in the running as well. Eric McMahon says, Lou, it's friggin' cold. Like I can hear him saying it in whatever sort of Northeast accent I'm assuming he has. Iowa is -23 with wind chills of -54. Jerry Johnson, I love Storm Lake, Storm City, Storm World, whatever it is, Storm Village. Not when it's -54. Like, how do you even like go anywhere and do anything? You might be winning. Kelly Fisher says, I'm watching in Minnesota. It's -32 wind chill currently. So Kelly Fisher, if it's literally -32. Kelly Fisher, I think right now you are the winner. Wow, yeah, it's just stupid cold. Yeah, I don't even know how you guys survive in that weather. But if Kelly Fisher, if you're the lowest, if you think you have the lowest temperature, send me an email and I'll send you, because I bought a ton of them, I will send you one of the cool little light up Thor Mjolnir hammers. Clearly, I had way too much fun on Marvel Day at Sea, by the way. In case you couldn't tell from this week's podcast, of which I know that there was a logo I had up here somewhere. Wait, there it is. Wait for it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, I know I put it up. Here it is. Wait. There it is. I was really scrambling tonight. Obviously, I had way too much fun on the Marvel Day at Sea, which, by the way, quick aside, before we get to talk about what we're looking forward to, don't forget this week's contest. You are playing for all of the stuff, and maybe even something else that is in the Disney Cruise Line bag. There's popcorn buckets, there's the Mjolnir, there's the Spidey Sipper thing, there's a luggage tag, a pop socket, like not a WDW Radio pop socket, but a Disney Cruise Line pop socket. I will send that to the winner. All you need to do is go to Instagram, like the post, tag a friend, comment in there, and I will randomly select one person. Does it produce heat? I can probably put some of those little hand warmers in that bag as well, if that helps. Michael Sellers says no Knish. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a good Knish. Although I had one, was it Christmas, New Year's? I don't know. I had Knish and I had matzo ball soup and we had pierogies. It was really like good stuff. Wait, you said hi, Mom. I'm assuming if your mother's in there, she brought the Knish. It's so good. Come back. Bring more Knish. You're always welcome in my home. Anybody, all of you, especially you, Paula, if you bring Knish. Like, that's sort of the barrier to entry for my home. It's pretty easy. Security's pretty light around here. Like, we've got a Ring doorbell and a Knish. And if you bring food, you're in. So, John Jones says, I'll say it doesn't have Fireball in it. Not yet, but tonight's a Fireball kind of night. It'll sort of warm the cockles of your heart or whatever you need. Keith Groshans, just before I went live, I saw your homemade cozy cones. I dig you, brother, for oh so many reasons. Wait, I want to plug you, and I'm going to get the name of your rocket monkey juice. Wait, rocket juice, whatever it is. If you need, and hopefully you're still taking freelance work because you're the busiest man in show business. If you need logos, flyers, presentations, anything in the graphical world, don't come to me. Go to Keith Groshans, rocketjuiced.com, whatever. You plug it right there. He's a good guy and super smart and a heck of a nice dancer. And he likes his LuLaRoe leggings, I'm just saying. So, speaking of LuLaRoe, Terry Stinson-Doherty, always nice to see you as well. It's not Knish, it's Knishes. I don't know the proper lingo, the proper verbiage. Is it like a swan, like multiple swan? Like, what is it? Knish? Is it Knishes? I don't care. Just bring them, whatever they are. I'll call them whatever. They were so good. Who doesn't like potato in dough with stuff in it? And then the bagels with the lox and the schmear. Oy. Anywho, I'm so hungry. And I literally just ate, but I'm hungry again. So, and I agree. Keith is the best. It's not monkey juice. It's rocketjuice.com. So come on, help me out. I'm still so hungry and a little bit delirious. But I do want to, get to the topic at hand tonight. Let's see. So we covered Marvel Day at Sea. Hope you guys like that show, by the way, and are encouraged to do a Marvel Day at Sea cruise. Maybe we should do a little survey on the Box People group and see if I was to do, hypothetically speaking, because Becky's not here, but if I was to hypothetically do a Marvel Day at Sea group cruise, let's just say, hypothetical situation, it leaves out of New York. We go to New York, do some sort of Marvel-y, cool, Knishes-ly things in New York. Marvel Day at Sea cruise. I like that idea. We have to see what the 2020 itineraries look like, since 2019 is already pretty booked up. So, yeah, I'll post that poll, or someone wants to post that poll in the Box People group. A Marvel Day at Sea cruise in 2020 from New York. Oy, the fun that we can, and the fun and the food we can have there. We did it a couple of years ago. We did the Puerto Rico cruise from New York, and gosh, what a good time we had. Really a lot of fun in the city. Did a meetup while we were there. One way to Puerto Rico, and a couple of days in Puerto Rico. You want good food, like Puerto Rico, they can cook. We ate well. We ate so well. Anyway, Martin Shergold, it is nice to see you as well. Terry Gaff, Amber Bramble, a lot of people saying, sign me up, sign me up. Of course, the one time Becky's not here is the time that everybody's saying to sign me up. So, Knishes and shawarma, says Debbie Anderson. Debbie, this is why we're friends. I like how you roll. We could do so many good food things. Nick Murphy says, miss your face. I miss not just your face, Nick, but every part of you. I don't want to just sort of isolate your face. And Keith Groshans, you're right. The New York food. Oh, the time we would have. So we'll have to see what the schedule is going to look like, because they only do a limited number. So I think this year in the spring. I think they're only doing 10. They did 4 in January, 4 in February, and 2 in March. We have to see what they roll out for the fall or in 2020. So, plus there's so many other things we got going on. So many other plans up on the board, and that Becky and I have been talking about, and Europe and rivers and ABDs and the West, and yeah, so one thing at a time. And right, so Lisa Milam, we've got to do, and I'm not kidding, this doesn't need to be an Adventures by Disney, but I'm seriously thinking about a trip to Philly. I know, I hate the Eagles, but Philly's got cheesesteaks, and they've got cheesesteaks at Pat's and cheesesteaks at Gino's, and like the super secret one I used to go to a Villanova cheesesteak place that we'll go to. Not in the best area, but oy, that's so good. But they've got the Marvel exhibit, sort of the Mopop exhibit that was in Seattle, is coming to Philadelphia. So maybe we'll do like a little Marvelous weekend in. Can we do like a New York? Wait, maybe we don't even need to do the cruise. Somebody write this down. Maybe we do the exhibit in Philly and like all take the train like into New York and then do some like New York Marvel-y stuff. My little wheels are spinning. Can you see the smoke? Somebody write this down and remind me, because I don't know why I think of all these ideas while we're live and I'm doing 15 things all at the same time. So Tweet Cleveland says you must come to Philly if you say so. Karen Sussman Glowacki, Philly does have great food and beyond just the cheesesteaks. And I haven't been there really since I graduated Villanova. And I probably don't want to admit when I graduated Villanova. So I graduated in, I was going to say 1990, like, oh, that wasn't too many years. It was 27 years ago that I graduated college. I'm sure it all looks like a very, very different place. Yikes. Chris Blagg says, hi from the Magic Kingdom. Chris Blagg, if I remember correctly, you're saying hi from the Magic Kingdom with a wonderful accent as well. I am so sorry for the cold that you are, the relative cold. I know it's cold elsewhere, but the relative cold that you are feeling tonight. That's why I'm not out and about. I was going to go out to Festival of the Arts, but my sushi donut would have got a little chilly. So I figured we'll wait and we'll do it next week. Maybe we'll do like a little live meetup walking tour of Festival of the Arts during the show. Somebody write that down too, especially if you're local. Joe Zuby said you should come to Mexico. I would love to come to Mexico. However, Tacey Atkinson, who I also love, by the way, says you need to come to Toronto for the Poutine Festival. You had me at Poutine. You kept me at Festival. Isn't it always, whenever you have poutine, isn't it always a festival? Like, just a festival? Because that's what poutine is. It's like a little festival in a bowl. Because you've got the fries and the gravy and the curds. Oh, so good. So good. So, Emmett, have I been to Festival of the Arts in Epcot? I went to the preview. I have not actually been to the festival proper itself as yet. I was hoping to go today, but I did not get a chance to go. Yes, Courtney WS, the Poutine Festival. They have the China Mooncake again. And I've seen the donuts, and I've seen many people have sent me photos of the sushi donut. Like, I get it. I know it's there. Japan, get ready. I'm coming for you, yo. I'm looking forward to hearing more from little Timmy Foster on the show. Did he pay you to say that? But Timmy Foster and I are recording tomorrow, actually. So, and it's a show that's, I'm trying to make the shows evergreen, but it's somewhat timely, especially like for this week. So we'll see. You love the live on location shows. I do as well. I've got so far away. I'm kidding. I kid because I know how far you really are. Courtney says, I loved the lobster chips. Love to see Festival of the Arts. Maybe stop and talk to some of the artists on your stroll around the festival. I might be able to do that as well. Hang on a second here. My little... The Norwegian festival is next weekend. One word, lutefisk. I thought you were going to say maelstrom, but no, it's lutefisk. John Jones, family excited to meet you finally in just 33 days. John Jones, this is a long time coming, brother. And finally we will make that happen. Paul Clark says, I do miss the deep fried cheese curds in Wisconsin. Deep fried cheese curds. Those may be 4 of the best words you can put together in a single name ever. Today I got the Facebook memory for our walkabout with Stan Solo and Kenneth, and I missed Stan Solo. I'm so sad that I missed you on this trip. So we'll have to remind Kenneth that he'll have to come out next weekend. It's like a little reunion, and we'll do it live, and we'll eat, and we'll nosh, and stretchy pants, and all of you can come along with us, whether you're here in world or you're here in the world. So, Martin Shergold, now you're just being mean and funny because you said, what's your tip on keeping so slim? All this food makes me a chubby chappy. So, number one, I'm far from slim. I mean, unless you're using that sort of British pound type of thing and their weight measurements are different, like in Canada. Dark clothes, dark shadows, right angles of cameras and lighting. It's all a lot of smoke and mirrors because I have a body like Baymax. So notice the camera only shoots from here up, and that's it. It's a rule. It's not. There's no option there. So now no one. But who is it? There's nobody there. There's literally nobody there. I'm talking to Spider-Man and my Peter Pan silhouette on the door. So this is what years of working by yourself in a room with nobody else with you starts to do to you. You start to lose your mind after a while. Oh, Courtney says I'm lovable size. Aw, hugs. Thank you. There's a lot. I was gonna say there's a lot to love. Samantha Caravella, nice to see you as well. Emmett Broderick says it's minus 25. Good Gandhi. Michael, it was a pleasure to chat with you last week about your project, putting some good pointers from you to practice. So Michael and I had a one-on-one coaching call last week. I love talking to good people who are doing really good stuff. I love I'm not going to spoil it here, but if you want to link to it, man, knock yourself out. It is a great project with a great mission and a great purpose and great people behind it, and one that I hope gets the awareness that it deserves. And you know, brother, I'm here to help you any way I can. Corey, speaking of working by yourself, am I still looking for interns? Yes, Corey, I've been sort of alluding to it. I have not sort of posted anything yet. I am going to post something on the site, and I'll let you guys know first. There's a couple of positions that I could use some assistance with, and I'll sort of be very specific about what those are in terms of the roles and the responsibilities, and who knows what the future might hold. When is the next purge? I have some eBay money burning a hole in my pocket. Keith, it's so funny you say that because there's a current Lou Mongello purge going on. Today, 4 bags went to Goodwill. So I purged my personal closet. I may be doing some, well, there's lots more in the garage that has to go. What I need to do is find somebody local who I can just give all the stuff to, who will just list it on eBay for me, and I'll just give them a commission and just let it go because so I don't have the emotional attachment to it. And even some of the things here and some of the things there and some of the things in there need to go to good homes because there's just a lot of clutter back here and a lot of stuff that I just don't get to enjoy and appreciate, and I would rather have other people do it as well. So the eBay Disney Marvel Star Wars purge is coming. Again, that's one of the things that I need to get some help with as well. Clearly, what they've been saying to me all these years is true. Lou, you need help. I think they meant in a mental capacity, but I need it in many capacities as well. Jonathan Embry, you're such a giver. You said, do you need interns to eat food? Because I'll be there for that. I know you would, Jonathan, and I appreciate that, but I clearly think I've got the food eating thing covered. And then so I'm trying to slim down. I've got something that I'm working on and that I'm going to do in the next month or so. I need to trim down fast, and cheese bread and sushi donuts not going to be helpful for that at all. Do I need a crochet plushie maker intern? I'll find a Spider-Man pattern. I don't know if I need a specific intern for that, although clearly I do like me some Spider-Man stuff. And I think I'm going to change this back here. And now I've got this idea in my mind of what I want to do, and this is the thing that's going to consume me until I actually get it done. So, what is that light string behind you? It's Spider-Man. It was actually a gift from Becky Menken from MEI and Master Fan Travel for all your vacation planning needs, but it was part of my Spider-Man Christmas gift package that also included that little box down there that there's like a pillow and a comfy blankie in there, which tonight's a good night for the blankie because it's a little chilly. I also have a Spider-Man, like a Snuggie throw, which I could have worn tonight, but I usually just reserved for the couch. So, and you don't want to see me. What happened to my top fan status? James, you're always going to be a top fan. As a quick aside, because I got another message about this today too from somebody else. I have no control over the top fan, top contributor, visual storyteller. All those badges that Facebook assigns are assigned by Facebook. I have no knowledge. I have no control. I have no discretion. I cannot award them, nor can I take them away. I do not know what the algorithm Facebook uses to give those out. I very much dislike the top fan badge because you're not fans, you're friends. You know that's not just a line. I mean that. And you're all equal to me. There is no top fan. If it is based on the number of comments and likes and shares and contributions, that's from Facebook. I don't know. Obviously, the visual storyteller, if you post a lot of images and things like that. But I have no control. I love you all equally. I mean, some more equally than others. No, I kid. But I do. I love you all equally. So I apologize. So I don't know what I don't know what it is. Is Tony Caggiano a top fan? No, not at all. I don't even think he pays attention to what I do. I'm not sure he's actually listened to a show. Like maybe one when I first met him, and that was about it. So Michael Sellers, I'm happy I saw you post this. Whoa, that's so huge. Hold on. Anybody interested in a great story on World War II and how the next generation are getting involved? Narrated by Michael Cudlitz from Band of Brothers and Walking Dead, yo. Hardwickfilm.com. I have seen a little bit about what Michael and his family and veterans and their families are putting together. And it's a wonderful, beautifully shot and produced and directed tribute and awareness story about this group from World War II. So if you saw and liked things like Band of Brothers, or you've been to the World War II Museum, or you know somebody who was a World War II veteran, go to hardwickfilm.com and help support what, Michael's not looking for anything other than getting the word out and getting people to see it. So go and help as much as you possibly can. So again, good people doing good things. So James Hansen says I'm a valued commenter. Tony Caggiano says, that figures. The time I say Tony Caggiano's not watching is the one time he's watching. Fab as well as fan. I think you spelled fat wrong. You spell fat. It's funny because the T and the N aren't close to each other on the on the keyboard, but you still made it that typo. Anyway, Christine says, I'll be coming out for Star Wars Marathon. Any chance for a meetup that weekend? I always try and make the meetups over the race weekend. So our next one will be over Princess Marathon weekend. I don't know exactly where or when, probably Saturday, early afternoon at some point. I'll probably do the same for Star Wars weekends. Super Bowl score prediction. As long as the Rams win. That's all. I so wanted it to be the Rams and the Chiefs. That's what it should have been. That would have been a Super. Now it's just, I just want to see the Rams win. And I want to see the commercials. Because we're going to get a new Endgame trailer. And I think we'll get a new Endgame trailer. I think we'll get a new Captain Marvel trailer. We might even get a new Far From Home trailer. And I think we're going to get something else from Disney. I think there's going to be a little surprise from Disney over Super Bowl weekend. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, let's see. Hello, Lou from the Navarro's family from the frigid Jersey Shore. Yeah, I hear it's awful down there. Allison Ramos Miller is watching. I am so happy that you guys had such a nice trip this past weekend. I heard through the grapevine. Remember the old raisins commercial, the California raisins commercial? I heard it through the grapevine. Well, I heard it through a different grapevine that you guys were having a wonderful time on your trip. So I'm only sorry that I didn't get to see you. And by see you, I mean get to eat with you as well. So, let's see. Kevin Cooper, we might get a Lion King trailer. Allison Miller is down for it. Allison Miller, you have evolved and grown so much. When we first met in the infancy of our relationship, and I don't think you had even seen a Marvel movie like at that time, or even probably knew what Marvel was. Now look at you getting excited for the Endgame trailer. I want to just give you a big hug because it's like my little bird is leaving the nest. I love it. Let's see. It was not super warm this weekend in Florida. So, but anyway, so speaking of Endgame, let's sort of talk about what I was thinking we should chat about tonight, which was what we are looking forward to in 2019. And obviously Avengers and Endgame, and, we'll sort of start outside the parks because Avengers, Endgame, and some of the other movies have me very excited. Like, one of the things I'm really looking forward to in 2019, look, we've got Captain Marvel in March. We've got Dumbo, I believe, also in March. Endgame in April, Aladdin in May, Toy Story 4 in June, Spider-Man Far From Home in early July, Lion King later that month, Frozen 2, and hopefully, fingers crossed, Star Wars Episode 9. Clearly, Endgame and Far From Home are like neck and neck on the top of my list, but I have a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. No, I have a feeling that Captain Marvel is going to pleasantly surprise a lot of people. It's going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy of 2019. And what I mean by that is Guardians of the Galaxy were characters and a franchise that most people that had ever left their mom's basement never really knew a lot about, right? They were not, Spider-Mans and Hulks and Iron Mans and Thors in terms of their popularity. Nobody knew what a Groot or a Rocket Raccoon or a Star-Lord or a Drax was before that movie came out. And it blew people away, and now they're just part of, our everyday conversation and pop culture. Captain Marvel is one of those characters who, for the most part, is unknown to the non-super Marvel nerd. I think, like Black Panther, she is going to usher in a new generation of not just comic book movie fans, but female comic book movie fans, little girls who want to dress up and be like Captain Marvel, the same way we saw so many kids dressed as Black Panther coming to the theater and coming back to the theater. I think we're going to see that very much so with Captain Marvel. And if you didn't catch the video from Marvel Day at Sea, wait till you see her, spoiler alert, in the video from the Heroes Unite show. So is there one of those films that you are most looking forward to seeing? And I see some people already. Eric Ring is saying Dumbo. I'm not crying. You're crying. Nadine Slender Kunt says Dumbo as well. Toy Story 4. Might as well just move into the movie theater, says Jamie Williams. Eric Navarro says Toy Story 4. Let me go back. So many good movies. Also, so totally here for Captain Marvel, says Allison Ramos Miller. By the way, if you live in Texas, in any part of Texas, it's worth the drive to San Antonio. If you need some sort of help with your car, it's like Disney, right? The difference is in the service. Chad Miller Auto Care. There you go. Do I think Disney will advertise for the opening of Galaxy's Edge during the Super Bowl? I don't think there'll be anything in terms of dates, but you will absolutely see a Galaxy's Edge commercial. I would bet more on seeing a Galaxy's Edge commercial during the Super Bowl than I would on the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Does that make any sense? I'm not sure. Possibly. A lot of girl power around that movie. I think there's going to be a lot of girl power around other movies too, but Captain Marvel and Lion King, Toy Story 4. Joseph says, I'm intrigued to see how they handle Captain Marvel. They're touting her as the strongest of all the Marvel characters in the MCUs. Yeah, so I didn't want to sort of say that, but it's true. Captain Marvel is this unsung hero with powers that are going to eclipse those of the other heroes that we have seen. Now, we're also going to see some changes in some of the characters. Look, Hawkeye is not the superhero in the world. However, Now he's going to be Ronin. Different game, different mission, different skills, different look. All of a sudden, like, I'm digging seeing Hawkeye. But again, in terms of superpowers and what Carol Danvers has, again, I don't want to get too nerdy. You've just seen a sampling of what she can do just by herself, without a suit, without web shooters, without technology, just sort of inherent in her. John Yao says it's going to be an entire year of awesome movies. I think you're right. I think there is a lot to see in it, and it runs the gamut. March, April, May, June, July, November, December. I mean, save for like a month or two, there's like something new coming out almost every single month. And I've missed some of the other smaller films that'll be coming out as well. Joseph, if I had to pick one Disney movie to see this year, it's Endgame, hands down. I agree. And yes, Martin says, super happy Disney soon to own Fox. Being a big Queen fan, they now own the Bohemian Rhapsody film. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, when we talk about things we're looking forward to, getting ink on paper for the Fox deal is huge. We won't know for a couple of years. Well, although I think there's planes already in flight that they aren't talking about, but we won't know for a little bit of time what that deal and the impact is going to have, not just on film and on TV and on Disney Plus and in the Disney parks and at sea and here in Orlando and other theme parks that are going to be impacted as well. I don't think we really can grasp just how monumental that deal is. And for us as Disney fan, what that brings into the fold. Look, even just, as Marvel fans, and again, we can sort of get, we can get deeper into that as it comes down. Let's see. We'll have to see Captain EO as a surprise Marvel character. Casey Potts, am I coming to LA for the Dumbo premiere? I hope so. If not, I'll probably be there for the Captain Marvel premiere, so we can keep in touch if and when I come out. When will the Fox deal close? I hear through the grapevine that they're close. Like, they're really close. Like, we're probably looking at counting down to weeks as opposed to months. I think it'll close before summer. I think, I don't want to put a date on it, but I'll put a date on it. I'll bet you by May. I'll bet you the ink is dry by May. And now I'm just guessing. I know nothing, but I'm completely guessing. So, who do you think will meet at Expo? Oh, Corey Bassett. So many people I can't wait to see at Expo. I love Expo, which is, by the way, one of the things I'm looking forward to in 2019. Obviously, D23 Expo, I have been looking forward to since I recovered from the 2017 D23 Expo. We have been to and exhibited at all of them. They keep getting bigger and better. I'm looking forward to, again, partnering up with Mouse Fan Travel in the booth, in the box, on the floor. And obviously as fans, in terms of what we're going to get in terms of announcements, I think this is where we'll start to get a lot more information. I mean, the timing is going to be perfect if things go and the dominoes fall as planned. The timing will be perfect to have the Marvel deal done. All the ink has been dried, and they can start saying, okay, we're looking to do X. Is X somewhat deliberate? Possibly. As in X-Men, X-Force, Deadpool, Professor Xavier, whatever it is that I may or may not mean by that. Jonathan Embry is going to be there at D23 Expo 2019. We will definitely do another nation meetup while we're out there. The WDW Radio Live Expo Costume Contest, Corey Bassett. I'm with you, brother. Corey Bassett, by the way, is the keeper of the box at Expo. Like, it is his job, and he does such a darn good job of it. And how much fun do we have when we do those? I think ABC is going to owns the right to Hong Kong Phooey. It's so funny you said that. They're going to move ahead with that cash cow. I was at a comic convention last week with my son, and there was a Funko Pop of the Hong Kong Phooey mobile. He had like his own little doom buggy, And I took a picture of it because I remember Hong Kong Phooey from when I was a kid. So it's funny that you just happened to mention it out of the job. Melanie Jones says, Corey does an awesome job. You do an awesome job, Melanie Jones, just being Melanie Jones. But I'm looking forward to D23 Expo. If you're coming out to Expo, let me know in the box. Let me know if you guys are going to be out there. Otherwise, certainly you'll be able to watch live. Some of the other things that I am personally looking forward to is, and sort of tying back into what we've been talking about, is the introduction of the Disney Plus streaming service. There have not been a lot of details in terms of what type of content we're going to see there, but the handwriting is on the wall, right? We see some of the Marvel stuff being canceled from Netflix. I think those can be rebooted 5 to 7. I think Daredevil and some of the associated characters therein, like some of the Defenders, are characters that after some time goes by, 5-7 years, we'll see those characters rebooted appropriately in movie form. Don't talk to me about the Daredevil movie with what's his face, Batman, not part of this world. But the Disney Plus service in terms of content that we're going to have, and then with the Fox acquisition and some of the stuff that they have and Hulu, if you haven't thought about cutting cable yet, you might want to start to think about it. They're going to start making it much more attractive. Here at World, there's a lot that's coming. It's easy to say Galaxy's Edge. It's easy to say some of the other things. For me, I'm looking forward to the new resorts. I'm looking forward to the new Riviera Resort. I was actually driving through property today, and there's so much construction everywhere, right? Not just with the Skyway, the Skyliner system, but where they're connecting to. So the Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs is going up. It's massive. The Riviera Resort, Caribbean Beach, and I think that the announcements of resorts are not finished. I like even though I'm a local, I like the addition of new resorts. One, because that means there's new dining experiences. But it is nice to sometimes take staycations too. And I like for visitors that come here having options of new place to stay. Terry Simpson Doherty, don't cry, but I am excited for the Illuminations replacement that's coming. I think I'm more excited for the temporary, the interim show that's going to be there. But in terms of that, the Epcot Forever show, but it'll be interesting to see what the replacement is going to be and how much some of the technology and effects and storytelling methodologies they use from places like Japan and Shanghai are brought in here. That lagoon and the skies above it and the land around it offers some incredible opportunities and vistas. I also would be remiss if I didn't say I'm excited for new restaurants. NBA experience is not highest on my list. Jaleo, is it Haleo? Like you don't pronounce the J's, I think. Haleo by Chef Jose Andre is one that I'm looking forward to. I like Latin food and Spanish cuisine, so I'm looking forward to that opening up across from Splitsville and the AMC Theater in Disney Springs. I think we're also going to see that ushering in a refurbishment of that part of the west side of Disney Springs. Look, we know that the new Cirque du Soleil show is coming later on, I think later on in possibly December. But that part of Disney Springs, I think, is also going to get a facelift and I think a possible expansion in the future. In terms of other things I'm looking forward to specifically in Walt Disney World, there's a lot of big things. There's a lot of little things that I'm looking forward to. I'm curious to see what May 1st brings. And when I say May 1st, I mean in terms of the 30th anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios. Remember 5 years ago when Bob Iger said that they were going to rename Disney's Hollywood Studios? And we've never actually heard what that new name is going to be. With Galaxy's Edge, with the anniversary, with D23 Expo, planets seem to be lining up. And I just wonder if this is when we're going to see some additional changes coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios insert winky, smirky emoji here. Michael Goldtrap says, bring back Skylidoscope. Look at you reaching into the Wayback Machine. But I want to hear from you. I want to know what you are most excited for. Again, there's tons more that's happening now. If you like dance parties, there's like 20 different dance parties coming to Walt Disney World this year. Is the France Pavilion, is the movie staying? I believe that a new show is going to be going in there. We know that there's going to be a Beauty and the Beast show in there at some point later on this year. I'm looking forward to that Wonderful World of Animation show coming to Hollywood Studios as well. But I want to hear from you guys. Let's see. Jenny Keller says, I love the Marvel podcast. Makes me even more want to go on a DCL Marvel cruise. If you love it, show the love. And how do you do that, audience? You share it. Share. So if you liked our Marvel Day at Sea recap and review, please do me a favor. Share it with your friends in your favorite Facebook group, wherever you are allowed to do it, as well as the interview with Brian Crosby, too. Again, good guy, good friend, coolest job on the planet as well. So if you want to, let me open up the virtual phone lines here. And you guys can call in 407-413-WDW1 and tell me what you are looking forward to most in 2019. Is there anything going on for the Haunted Mansion anniversary in Disneyland? I don't know. If so, I have not seen anything announced about that as well. Mark Camara says, cruising in Marvel, what could be better? Nothing. If they did a Marvel Day at Sea cruise in Alaska, that might be sort of the perfect alignment of all the things that I love about cruising. Because I loved the ship, although I think I like Tiana's place just slightly better than Rapunzel's royal court thing. I dig the live entertainment and the music and the characters, but there's something about Tiana's that I really love. And let us take our first call. Hey, it's Lou. You're on the air.
That is so wonderful that it's me.
Oh.
Yes, I am looking forward to the new interim show, but I'm also looking forward to that last night and
so this is Terry Stinson. Let me just sort of set the stage for longtime listeners, first time viewers. This is Terry Stinson Doherty, who has a deep seated emotional attachment to many things, but specifically to Illuminations. Are you going to, obviously you're going to be there. You will do whatever it's going to take to be there that final night, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Are you
I
mentally
will sit
and
in my
emotionally
spot for 5 hours?
Are you mentally, emotionally, and Xanaxally prepared for the emotional tundra that is going to engulf you that night?
I'm sure I'm not, but I'm going to be there anyway.
I think I'm going to go to watch you. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to watch you more than I want to even go. I've seen the show. I just want to watch you.
It shall be something to see. We'll just say that. It will be something to see.
I'm sure
but I'm also looking forward to a repeat of Girls' Night to see Rick Springfield again.
I'm in.
It can't rain twice.
It's impossible for it to rain twice.
In April in Florida.
Never. Listen, and I'm always down for Girls' Night and Rick Springfield. We'll get like mani pedis during the day, or maybe just manis, no pedis. We'll go get manicures, and then we'll hit the spa, and then we'll eat, and we'll see Rick Springfield. It'll be wonderful.
And we're going to eat Cantonese lobster.
Are we?
Well, I still haven't had it. Still never stepped foot in Blue Zoo, not once.
We will have to change that. Oh, my gosh. And we'll get, little fun, frilly, girly drinks at Blue Zoo. Oh, we'll have such a night.
No, well, Becky will come now because you said little drinks. They'll be pink and pretty and yay.
I am down. I am comfortable enough in what little manhood I have left to drink frilly pink drinks. So
I'm down as well. So I just wanted to say that is what I'm looking forward to Tron and all the other things as well. But yes, I can't wait to see Rick Springfield and the new Illumination show. I'll be okay.
I'm
anyway.
sure you will. You'll, like Gloria Gaynor says, you will survive.
I will. I know I will.
You will.
All right. And on that note,
have a good night. I'll see you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Right,
Bye-bye.
Bye. Girls' night. What? I forgot about that. Let us take the next caller. Hey, it's Lou. You are on the air.
Hello, Mr. Lou. Keith Groshans.
Keith Groshans, the most talented, hardest working man in the graphic design business from rocketjuice.com. What is going on, brother?
That. Well, just listening to our wonderful friend Terry Simpson Doherty, I heard a little rumor, and I hope this sells some tickets, but I heard that the last Illumination may coincide with Momentum this year.
Really?
Heard a little birdie told me, somebody was saying the end of September, then September 29th into October 1st was going to be the old show ending and the new show starting. Some of us may be there.
And
I have my tickets already.
That would make for a good Momentum Saturday night if we all sort of, pack up and make our way over to
I'm just saying, keep your radar open, buddy, because you got to plan that if it's going to be. So call your people, call their people, whatever.
I certainly will.
Because I know if it's happening, if that's the timeline what I heard, then I'm staying a couple extra nights and I'm going to do the back-to-back myself.
We'll have to look at that as we start to get closer.
Yeah, because you're a little early this year. You're ended September as opposed
September
to September
28th and 29th. Yep.
Yep. Shameless plug. Yep.
Thank you very much.
I already have my tickets. So.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
We'll do. All right, buddy. Take care.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, look at Keith helping me plug something I forgot to plug. Yeah, I haven't really talked about Momentum because I wanted to wait until after the first of the year, but very quick shameless plug, limited to just 50 attendees. It is a weekend workshop to help you turn what you love into what you do. And if you just go to LouMongello.com, you can find out more. You can still take advantage. I kept it open longer. You can still take advantage of like the super duper early bird special pricing. Save a lot. And I think I'll be able to announce one of our keynote speakers soon. We have a handshake, so we'll see. But anywho, so let's take a couple more calls. I want to hear what you are looking forward to most in 2019. Kat LaForgia Velasquez says, and I'm looking forward to moving to Florida. That is probably one of the best things that you could be looking forward to because all the cool kids are doing it, and it's warmer, and there's Disney and Boathouse. So top 10 reasons to move to Florida. I think we actually did it in our Moving to Florida show. So, I didn't hang this up. So if you were trying to call in, I apologize. So Mark Thompson says, I plan on crying at the final Epcot Forever show. Gene says, I was hoping interim show would be there when we were there the last week in September, but if he is correct, we'll just miss it. Yeah, we'll see as we get closer. Eric says, how confident is the September 29th date? It is all rumor at this point. There has been no official announcement. Pete Bush, I am so excited that you are going to be at Momentum again. We talked about you on the show last week. It's PSB Creative. I'm finally getting it right. .com, like good person doing good things to help kids and the arts. So I dig it. So yeah. So if you want to call in and share what you are most looking forward to, there's the number right there. If you are watching live, 407-413-WDW1. Jesse Fouts, tonight it's probably in the low 50s. It was like 55 earlier today, so it was a little chilly. That's why I'm not out at Festival of the Arts tonight, but hopefully we'll be there next week, and we'll be live from there. Debbie says, we just moved there for the winter, and Toy Story 4 is what I'm looking forward to most. Keith says, Pete is the man. Great stuff happening there. I agree 110%. So, and there's also some of the smaller things that I am looking forward to as well. Like, we had a great time last year at the H2O Glow Nights at Typhoon Lagoon. Those are coming back. That's an after-hours ticketed event. Obviously, you don't want to be going to that in late January, but I think it comes back like May, the end of May through August, and the park is empty. There's music and there's special food and there's no lines, and it was a really good time. I just need to lose a lot of weight between now and then, or I don't think that they'll let me in the park looking like this, or they'll make me want to put on like a muumuu or something. Is there a meeting in February? Yeah, if you're talking about the meet of the month, it's going to be over Princess Weekend. I don't have the exact date and location yet. It's probably going to be Saturday. It's probably going to be in the early afternoon so the Princess people can finish the race and get ready for the half the next day. Maybe I'll do it somewhere outside of a park. So if you don't have a park ticket, you can join. There's a place I have in mind that I need to go visit first just to make sure it can accommodate us, because sometimes we get a whole bunch of people coming over. So Mark Camara says it's all about Endgame and more Spider-Man. Clearly, my friend, I am with you when it comes to all things Spider-Man. So I am Tom Holland. I'm ready. Bring it, brother. Andrew Klein says, I want to hear more about Momentum Weekend. I won't spend too much time with it, but if you go to LouMongello.com, you'll see a link there for Momentum. It is a 2-day interactive workshop with speakers and activities that I and the other speakers have to help not only teach you and guide you, whether you have an online business, a brick and mortar business, an idea, a blog, a podcast, a video show, really to help you take it to the next level, not just in terms of monetization, but in terms of growth and branding. If you look, you'll see, I think you'll still see posted some of the speakers and topics that we had from last year. I don't have a speaker list nor topics yet, but it'll probably be something along those same lines. But the goal is to really help you not just consume what the speakers are saying, but to sort of start to put that into action, as well as meet other fellow entrepreneurs and solopreneurs as well. And if you're local, there's another idea that I'm working on too. And probably next week, I'm going to announce the dates of the next Momentum Weekend retreat. So last year I did the first retreat, which is we spend 3 days in a huge, beautiful vacation home here in Florida, not far from Disney World. That is limited to just 10 entrepreneurs, where we spend the weekend really deep diving into you and your business and your brand and your challenges and your goals, and really making a difference. We had a great time last year. We're going to do it again. I'm going to open it up to past attendees, to people who have been to Momentum in the past, as well as folks from the WDW Radio Nation first. That's the advantage of coming to the events and being part of the nation. You get first crack at when tickets open. We did sell out last year pretty quickly. I expect we're going to do that again this year. I will have the dates announced. I can tell you it will be in the summer, so you don't have to worry about if you're a teacher or your kids are in school or summer vacation. It'll be in the summer to make it easier for people, but it's also far enough in advance of Momentum that you can actually do both. And I think in many cases, it's actually a good primer if you're thinking about coming to Momentum as well. Shoot me an email if you have any questions as well. Jesse McCullough says, don't miss Momentum. Jesse McCullough, softball, knocked it out of the park last year, not just as an attendee at Momentum, but as a presenter as well. Melanie Jones says, that weekend Momentum event was beyond anything I ever could have imagined. Oh, gosh, I want to give you a hug so much. Melanie and her husband are not Momentum offenders, but repeat Momentum attendees, as well as the Mastermind Day. And I love seeing what you guys are doing and the passion behind what you do as well. So you, as Momentum attendees, attract other really good attendees, and that's one of the things that I love about the event, and that it is small and it is intimate, and so I'm able to spend time working with and reaching with everybody in the room, as opposed to presenting of a room of 200 or 2,000 people as well. So Connor Brown says, I love Momentum. I'm going to be back this year as well. Connor Brown, again, doing really good stuff there. Jesse Park says, I'm excited for Runaway Railway. Jeremy Buck, nice to see you. Amy Naveau just popped in. Good to see you as well. Again, I think somebody just asked about the Momentum days, and there they are, September 28th and 29th, if you guys are interested. Jim O'Neill, hope you and your family are doing well. Speaking of people who have cruised together. So, wow, it's 8:30 already. Oh, time goes by fast when you're having fun. I will open the phone line back up because I realized just now that it was closed inadvertently because Skype was just being Skype. So if you want to call in and talk about what you are most looking forward to in 2019, feel free, or even if you have a comment about this week's show, a past show, something from 2018, I will talk about anything and everything that you guys want to talk about. Again, this show is by, for, and about you. So Amber Bramble is excited for the Bramble 10-year anniversary bread service and zebra domes. See, the Brambles know how to celebrate an anniversary. It's not about the gifts and the jewelry and the flowers and the roses. No, it's about getting bread service. Hey, it's Lou. You're on the air.
Hey, Lou. It's Chris, Ann, and Joe from Point Pleasant. How are you?
Good. I saw the 732 number, and I'm like, Jersey people.
That's us.
All right, so tell me, how cold is it right now in Point Pleasant?
It's 13. We had a little snow squall come through this afternoon. So.
Oh my gosh! It is that is not appropriate weather to go on the boardwalk and get some sausage and peppers and salt and vinegar fries.
No, it is not.
Making it home, Lou.
All right. So our question is, we're DVC members, so we'll be down there again in August, and we're looking to do the Moonlight Magic at Animal Kingdom. Have you ever done that?
I did. So this year I did the Disney After Hours event, which I have to assume is probably very similar to the Moonlight Magic. I did go. I was invited by a DVC member, and I think I did a Moonlight Magic. God, I do it at Magic Kingdom maybe a year or so ago. But I love the after hours events. I love the after hours events because there's that feeling of, especially if you're DVC members, of membership having its privileges and sort of having that extra time and that extra access, and the parks not being as crowded, especially in August. And hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler as opposed to going in the middle of the afternoon at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're hoping to meet up with you one time when we're there.
I would love it as well. If you bring me down some sausage and peppers and some fries, I will promise you we'll make it happen.
And I'll throw in an extra large pork roll. How's that?
See? Now you know exactly the way to my heart, and it's through my stomach.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, Lou. We love listening to your show. Have a great night.
I love you guys. You stay warm.
All right, you too.
I know it's freezing. It's like 50.
I know.
Have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, we'll take one or two calls. I see Amanda Kathleen Sister says, I wish it was 3. It's minus 27. God. Gotta get a sausage and pepper sandwich from the Midway in Seaside Heights. I think Seaside Heights might have better food, but I like the boardwalk better at Point Pleasant for a variety of incredibly obvious reasons. Hey, it's Lou. You're on the air.
Hey, Lou. Jesse Fouts here. How are you doing?
Hey, man. How you doing, brother?
All right. Hey, looking forward to maybe possibly meeting up with you in a couple weeks at Princess Weekend. My wife are going to get down for a quick weekend. So.
Oh, very nice. I promise it'll be warmer. And by promise, I mean I hope it'll be warmer.
Yeah, it's about it's in the teens here in North Carolina, so it's not too bad.
Crazy. Are you running or just coming down for the weekend?
Yeah, just the weekend.
Nice.
We're going to come down for a whole week in July, but until then, this will kind of hold us over, get a little fix.
Nice.
So, yeah, but what I was going to say, what I'm looking forward to in 2019 here with Disney, really looking forward to the gondolas. We're going to try to come back during Christmas next year, and they'll be up and running. I just think that's going to be so awesome.
I do as well, and they're starting to test the buckets now. You see that they're wrapped, and we're seeing some testing in between a couple of stations. Again, I was traveling between some of the resorts earlier today, and saw, I mean, some of the stations are big. You can see sort of the central hub stations. And I agree. And again, as a local, I am excited for this as an attraction as much as it is a way to get from point A to point B. And I think for a lot of people, there's going to be, especially early on, a novelty of just riding in the buckets. I'll be curious to see how long it takes to get from one location to the other. I don't think you're necessarily doing this for speed as opposed to the overall experience, right? It's like taking the monorail. Like you ride the monorail because we love riding the monorail as much as it's easier than driving. But I think the Skyway, we're going to be doing it for that leisurely trip and some of the vistas that we're going to get, especially with some of those new resorts coming up.
Yes. Oh, I think it's going to be wonderful. Now we're going to have a new, like, Disney Transportation Challenge, try to ride all of them all in the same day.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to undertake the Skyliner challenges when they come up and just trying to ride them all and hit all the points and whatnot. Bring snacks.
Yeah.
Bring snacks. That's my strategy, is just to bring snacks.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking my call, and hope you have a good rest of your week. Hope it warms up down there. So.
Yeah, I hope it warms up for you guys, too, and it's good to talk to you, buddy.
Yes, take care.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. All right, we'll take one more, and then Sandra Gerba Bink says, it's freezing here. So, Sandra, what is the temperature in New York? You've got to be, like, in the single digits, depending on where you are. I wonder if the Skyliners have mile-long lines just to ride it. You know, not knowing anything about the throughput and the guest capacity, especially now, is going to be really interesting to see just how quickly they're able to get people through and what the times are going to be, not just to load, but to get from point A to point B. And hey, it's Lou, and you are on the air.
Hey, Lou, it's Connor Brown from Bethesda, Maryland.
Connor Brown, how you doing, brother?
Good, my man. So I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I think I'm going to pull a Lou Mongello. I'm going to list a bunch of things I'm looking forward to just to get to the one thing. I'm looking forward to the Skyliner. I'm looking forward to Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge. Looking forward to the new resorts. But I think what I'm really looking forward to is an attraction that's going under the radar, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I think that's going to be, like, really, really cool to get to go into the old great movie ride attraction, but I think it's going to be cool new technology too.
And I think you hit on exactly why it's going to be so attractive to people, is not just because it's Mickey and Minnie. I think it's going to also be an attractor to a younger generation of guests who have been growing up with this version of Mickey and Minnie on Disney Channel and Disney XD. But I think you're right. I think the hook for me is going to be the introduction of never-before-seen technology in this attraction, which has been hinted to a little bit, but I think is going to offer a very, very different experience than what we've seen in the past. Certainly very different than what has been in that building in terms of the great movie ride.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think anything that's going to pull away from, you know, the popularity and the swarm of humanity that's going to be in Star Wars in Galaxy's Edge, I think will be a ton of fun. A good addition for sure.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious to see, especially in Disneyland, what those lines and wait times and crowds are going to be like for Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I keep saying, you know, I don't know if I can go when it first opens because it's going to be so popular, but the more and more I hear about it, the more and more I'm like, I think I need to be there.
Right. How are you? Right. Everybody says the same thing. Yeah. Like, oh, I'll wait a little. I hear from people all the time, I'll wait a little while until the crowds die down. I'm like, have you heard of Pandora? Because, you know, the crowds are not going to die down literally for years. And then how are you not going to go if you're a Star Wars fan? You're going to be like a moth drawn to the flame. You're going to have to go. And then once you start seeing pictures and videos and hearing experiences, you're going to have no other choice but to want to go down. And you'll have to have a little bit maybe of a longer vacation because there is going to be probably a lot of time that's going to be spent, you know, online waiting.
Absolutely. I got to get that blue milk. Got to get that blue milk.
I know. And
Absolutely.
see, you know how to speak to me by going right to the food.
Exactly. Also, of course, looking forward to Momentum in the fall as well.
Yeah, it'll be good to see you again. So go ahead and plug, since I have been in an all-around pluggy kind of mood, tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am at WDWopinion.com. So we have a podcast, we have a Facebook live show, blog, all that good stuff about Disney. I'm a former cast member, so I try to tell people, how to plan for their next Disney vacation.
It's good stuff, brother. You, it was good to see you and hear about what you're doing and watch your growth when we were there at Momentum and on the Mastermind Day. So looking forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely, my man. Thanks
right,
so
brother.
much, Lou.
You got it, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Take care, man.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye. Cool. I dig it, man. Again, good people, good stuff. So he's WDWopinion.com. So Marla Chan, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Top 10 reasons why I love Marla Chan. I'm scared how crowded Disneyland's going to be. I'm staying away. Yeah, Disneyland is a whole different animal, especially in terms of crowds and capacities and parking and crowd distribution. It's a lot easier here at World because there are 3 other parks. There's so many resorts. There's other stuff to do. And even the park itself and how to get there is so markedly different than what it is out in Disneyland. It's going to be interesting what those first, I can't even say days, but those first weeks, those first months are going to be like when it opens. I'm fingers crossed that I'm going to be able to get out there and see it when it opens, but it's going to be a whole different level of crowds, I think. And to that point, it's important to go in with the right level of expectation. You're not going to walk on things in Galaxy's Edge for like 10 years, but I think what we're going to see is how the lines and the waiting is different than what we've experienced otherwise. And I don't mean just in terms of how I think they're going to handle the queues and the fast passes, but the things you will be able to do while you are waiting, much like we're starting to see now, will not make the waiting process seem so tedious and arduous. There are going to be personalized interactive experiences, and I think interactions that are going to happen while you are waiting, that is going to make it not just something that's more tolerable, but on things like Flight of Passage and Peter Pan's Flight and other more enjoyable as well. And I think it won't just be happening on things like the Play Disney Parks app, but in terms of real world cast member interactions as well. I've got to stop for a second and say hi to one of my favorite people on the planet. I'm talking about somebody that has something to do with food. It's Chef Bob from the Boathouse. Brother, it has been way too long. We're going to fix that on Friday. I'm going to come and see you. I have somebody special that I want to bring in, and where else would I take her other than to Boathouse? So it is good to see you. I'm excited to see what you guys have cooking up, especially on that cold, wintry night like tonight. So if you've never been to the Boathouse, you've heard me say, not only do you have to go, but you got to ask for Chef Bob and just tell him Lou sent you. He is a masterful conductor of not just the kitchen and the staff, but he is a culinary magician in terms of putting together fresh fish and flavors like you've never had before. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. And I need a seafood tower with the thing. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm not going to eat all day tomorrow just so I'm ready for lunch on Friday. So, Ann says, Bob, can't wait to try your wares when they're there in December. Joe says, I love the Boathouse. changing my day off to be, no, Chef, you don't have to change your day to be there on Friday. That's lunacy. Chef Bob, I used your prime rib recipe for Christmas, says Melanie Jones. Paul Hoffman says, God, everybody loves Chef Bob. And Keith Groshan says, wear your Lou Sent Me shirt. Yeah, Keith is the guy who actually designed the Lou Sent Me shirt. So from what I said, people have actually worn it in there. So many people have come saying Lou sent them. And it's funny for staff who, don't see me, they're probably like, who? Lou sent what? Who is this Lou character? And why do people think that we care that that he sent them? So Amy says, Boathouse is on my to-do list for my next trip. I've never been there. What? My husband will be in his glory when we go. Boathouse in 33 days, says John C. Jones. Wait, what? Tomorrow, oh God, I know what I'm having for lunch on Friday. Tomorrow, they're starting a New Orleans-style thin-fried catfish sandwich. Save one for me on Friday. Don't even bother bringing me the menu anymore. Well, you do, because you always have new stuff. Thin-fried New Orleans catfish sandwich. Big Daddy's down for that on Friday. So, Kevin Shea says, I love the Boathouse, direct from Plymouth Bay. He loves the oysters. Chef Bob, man, I love you. I love you back, brother. So I'll have to retweet my review of the Boathouse. Like, truly some of the best meals I've ever had in my life. And I'm not just saying it because Bob is here. Joe says, my wife Ruth, and my favorite place, it's always our first stop. There's no better way to kick off or to sort of punctuate, I think, a visit to Walt Disney World than at the Boathouse. Larissa Scanlon Magali says, I love it. Oh, Chef Bob with the poke. All right, so poke appetizer, catfish sandwich. I need bigger stretchy pants. Or just, do we have an extra muumuu? I'll just wear a muumuu to the Boathouse. I'll wear my I sent me muumuu to the Boathouse. I sent myself to the Boathouse, and only been in Boathouse once, but it was one of the best meals I've ever had. I love hearing it. I love it. I love it. Love it. So today they had 15 varieties of oysters. And if you have never had oysters, there's a difference in the varieties of oysters. And what I love about Boathouse is not only does the menu explain, but the staff is so well versed they can explain what the difference between a Lucky Duck's oyster is and some of the other ones that they have on the menu. So the Venetia is coming back. Bob, Chef, we're going to do something special one night. Maybe for like a contest winner or nation people or some. We're going to have to do something on the Venetia one night and maybe go live from the Venetia too, so people can see exactly what that experience is going to be. So, but Joe Pica says the outdoor bar rocks. Chef Bob, I will ask for you on Friday when I come there for lunch. So I think this is actually the Boathouse is not only the best way to end your Walt Disney World vacation, but it's a great way to sort of go out on a high note on the show tonight with a surprise guest visit from Chef Bob over at the Boathouse. Don't forget, if you have not already checked out our Marvel Day at Sea recap and review, please listen. More importantly, there's a really easy way for you guys to enter and win the Marvel Day at Sea prize package Disney Cruise Line contest. Again, the best way that you can help the show is by helping to spread the word. So share it out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Tag me in it so I can see that you shared it, and I will try and share the love back to you as well. What else? I'll talk more about momentum as we start to get closer, but if you are curious, you can go to LouMongello.com and find out there. I am not going to take up any more of your time. I know how valuable it is. You spent so much time with me tonight, and I will let you get back to your couch, your Netflix, your Doritos, your family, your nap, your job, whatever it is. But just know, and I mean that I love and appreciate you so, so very much, and I'm grateful every single day. And I mean this sincerely. Like I wake up and go to sleep with a sense of gratitude for the gift that you give me of your time and your attention and your friendship and your support and your love. And if I can ever help you and say thank you in return, by all means, please let me know. Don't forget, if you're not part of the Box People group, please go and make sure you join up there. That's where all the conversation takes place. And big thanks, as always, to everybody who is part of the WDW Radio Nation family. If you want to find out how you can be part, get exclusive rewards every month, we've got our group video call coming up next week. Looking forward to seeing and chatting with everybody there. You'll also get early access to events, some other little special things as well. And again, the portion of the proceeds do go to our Dream Team project to benefit Make-A-Wish. So I'm a firm believer in giving back and doing good. So that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so very much for tuning in, for joining in. I love you, and I will see you guys next week, unless I decide to go live this weekend while I'm out and about. You never know where I might end up being. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you next time. Bye.